Hey there, Amplifiers. Thanks for tuning in. We have a great presentation here to kick off. And this is really for our friends, our business advisors who serve other businesses. They're putting out content, they're providing services, they're helping provide transformation to other businesses. And what we're going to be talking about today is how to get real leverage for growth without overwhelm. So how to implement a powerful one-to-many strategies. My name is Kenny Harper.
Hi, I'm Manny Torres.
And we're going to have a wonderful session. So let's start talking about what we're going to do here. Oh, and if you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to our podcast by going to growthamplifiers.com. You can subscribe on the website. So what is the big idea here? Basically, we're talking about, you can have success, right? But success is having consistent growth without the stress, the headaches, and chaos, right? So it's great to grow, but if you have a lot of stress that comes along with it, it's not that great. So if you own a business and that prevents you from being able to appreciate it and the benefits of having a business, then it is not really a success. And you probably have connected with different business owners from time to time that maybe they are doing great on paper. They seem to have a lot of things going for them on the outside, but when you look under the hood, there's a lot of stress, whether that's health challenges, too much stress can cause health challenges, relationship challenges, or just not enjoying what they're doing. So our thought for you is you can have your cake and eat it too. And the key is to better leverage your time. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So if you're tuning in now, tips to amplify, make sure that you share in your comments. If you have comments to contribute to the conversation, please do so. We want to hear from you. Also, if you have questions, please feel free to raise your hand and ask questions. By raising your hand, I just mean leave a comment and ask questions. And take action. So if you hear an idea today that resonates with you, it doesn't matter what you know, it matters what you do. And more importantly, the results that you get. So we want to make sure that we're taking ideas and putting them into action. All right, Manny. So that's interesting animation. So, I'm with the host of Growth Amplifiers and certified marketing advisor, business coach, and trainer. And so is Manny Torres. One of the things that we love doing is cultivating workshops, masterminds. We have a group that we're facilitating that's really helping provide a lot of transformation to others. Maybe if you want to just share a couple words on that, we'll get into
Sure.
it.
Thanks, Kenny. Excited to be here. And, you mentioned the group, our Amplified Growth Group. It's a great place for people that are looking to grow their business and they want to, be advisors and be able to share more with the world. And it's a group about helping them grow through cycle of improvement and consistent growth and accountability. So it's a great place for those people that need that added support and guidance.
Right. So it's what we've come to find is there's a lot of great, really smart, successful people, but everyone can use to improve. Everyone can use a little bit more accountability. Everyone that has the attitude and expertise to drive can use some guidance and framework to help sharpen the saw and really achieve their full potential. So let's get down to our big three today, our big three. So let's start the conversation by talking about achieving real freedom with the idea of creating it once and leveraging it many times. So let's talk about that right now. Let's unpack that. You have some weird things going on in your background, Manny. It's like all these weird cow sounds.
There's a good old airplane coming by.
I'm just playing. So we want to talk about the idea about real freedom. Now, we kind of started alluding to this in our introduction, but let's unpack one of the things that we tend to see when we're connecting with business owners that are really kind of getting into that whitewater while they're trying to grow their practice.
Yeah, we see it a lot. It's those people that are overwhelmed, they're stressed, and each time you see them, they're like, I don't have time to talk to you. I've got too many things going on. And although they're trying to grow their business, and maybe they are growing their business, they don't really have that time to enjoy it. So they're kind of just, as you mentioned, stuck in that whitewater.
And one of the things I've heard, which is sad to hear, is I don't have time right now to work on my business. I'll start working on my business when I have more time. And while it may be obvious to some, where do you see the big challenge with that?
Well, we've all heard the saying be, do, have, right?
Right.
So you've got to be the person that you want to be and do the things that you're supposed to do to get what you want. And if you're waiting for a perfect scenario to happen in order to start doing the habits that make you successful, you're never going to get there. It's very similar to when they say, when's the best time to have a baby, right? There's no perfect time. There's always something going on. And if you try and plan that, you're never going to have the right time. So you want to go ahead and take those actions that are going to lead to bigger success down the road right now. And one of those is working on your business.
So when you're following a framework, you're having people give you guidance on what you could do to continually sharpen the saw, to save more time, to provide more value, and to make more money, and you have some accountability. That's really a great way to make sure that you're not just thinking about ideas, but you're getting them into action, and more importantly, getting the result. So we have that idea, and sometimes people fall for that, I don't have the time. But one of the things that I've come to find is that these great people, these great advisors, and we've been guilty of this ourselves, we want to provide the best value, the best experience for our customers. And sometimes we get in the mindset we've got to serve them first, right? And we put our own stuff on the back burner. So let's unpack that. Why is that such counterproductive behavior?
Well, at some point, you're going to get a critical mass where you can't service your clients as you start to do it that way. So by working smarter, you're going to be able to find a way that you can actually scale and serve more clients and provide more value. And I think that's a big challenge, focusing on what the fire is right now versus thinking long term and what's the strategic move that's going to not only help what's happening now, but also help what's coming in the next few weeks, the next few months, the next few years.
Right. So we've got to make sure that we put our own mask on first so that we have the capabilities to be able to provide the best value to others. If we're not taking care of ourselves, eventually that's going to catch up to us. So one of the things we're big fans of Growth Amplifiers is creating it once and leveraging it many times. So if you're offering advisory services, it's saying, what is your process? What is your system? What is your process that you walk people through to provide the transformation that they come to you for? They're coming for transformation. They're coming for a result. And they have either a pain they're dealing with and they want to get rid of, or they have something that they desire that they'd want to have in their lives. And you're helping them bridge that gap. And there's a typical way that you do that, right? And so most business owners are familiar with systems, but we could double down on that by really creating a system that prevents the bottleneck to coming back to us. Because we can create a system that we could give to our team members so that they can implement it and be consistent with it and provide the same transformation. We can create a system where we can walk people through that transformation in a group setting, one to many, which we'll talk about more in a minute. We could even create it in such a way as we've done ourselves, productizing it to where you can actually sell that process through trainings, modules, workbooks, and things of that nature, so that other people can guide themselves through that training. And how do you see, Manny, that provides real freedom?
I think in twofold, you hit it on both sides of the coin. One is working with your existing clients and your existing team. And many business owners, they know processes and systems are important, but yet they're not implementing them on an ongoing basis. So what are those things that you're doing repetitively in your business? Is it an onboarding system where instead of you manually having to deliver this each time, could you create a short video or a process that could be documented and passed off to somebody else? So that's an internal way that you could definitely save some time and be able to have more consistency. And then on the other end, you mentioned productizing. And a great thing about productizing is not only is it an opportunity to downsell to someone that may not be ready for your service at this time, but it also helps train that person on how to work with you because you're sharing your values, your beliefs, and your systems and the way that you work with clients so that they're learning how you can best serve them.
One of the things that I've heard before that's kind of a myth that blocks people from taking that step is, oh, my business is different, or uh, automation really isn't helpful. People like to deal with people and have that experience. So I agree to some point. Bad automation is bad. Just putting people through an automated process that doesn't really isn't really customized, and just throwing people into some regimented robot sort of automation is bad. But as Manny's saying, kind of like looking at different processes and automating what you can be a way to actually elevate the experience, and it'll actually save you time and provide a better experience when done correctly. There's always an opportunity to amplify, and that's one of the things that we love helping people do, is just looking at all the different ways that they can improve, and those small hinges that swing big doors to make those big transformations. Hey there, this is Kenny from Growth Amplifiers, here to ensure you get your awesome ideas into action to grow and improve your business and achieve your full potential. Take the first step by visiting growthamplifiers.com and clicking the Start Here button. Take the assessment to get your personalized score. Then select from free resources to learn how to improve your score. Don't wait. Be proactive and take action now by visiting growthamplifiers.com and clicking the Start Here button. And always keep on amplifying. Now, let's get back to the show. So now that was number one. Let's go to number two and start talking about that. So to improve your business, focus on providing more value. It sounds like such a simple statement, but let's unpack that in more detail. If I can get back over to my little screen here. So to improve your business, focus on providing more value. We see it happen time and time again. Businesses looking to grow. They want to get more customers, and they start forward focused. They start doing more advertising, more marketing. They want to put more content out there all the time, which is something that you need to do, by the way. You need to put your message out there to your market for them to know. But why would we need to? What would be the benefit actually of focusing on providing more value?
So I think if you look at it as an ailment, right, are you treating the symptom? Are you really curing what the overall problem is? A lot of times people are looking to just band-aid a problem and they're giving them a small little bit. But if you have the full solution, wouldn't it make more sense to provide that additional value so that that person doesn't have to find another service provider or go looking by themselves trying to find an answer? So I think thinking about the holistic approach of what's happening with your client that you serve, knowing their goals and being able to provide the best solution to what they're trying to achieve.
Right. So if you want to provide more value, you focus on providing more value, that will do several different things. Number one, you're going to increase the lifetime value of a customer, because by continuing to provide more value, they're going to stick around for longer, and they may hire you to do more things. And here's the thing. If you use systems, right, and productize and automation, it doesn't necessarily need to take more time. It just means you're providing more value. There's creative ways to do that. That's what we love to focus on. But it's, how can I provide more value to my customers? You provide them more transformation. Not only does it help them out, not only does it help you out, but it also creates the ability to get more customers because they'll become raving fans. So provide a better experience, provide more value to your existing customers, really just help and focus on creating raving fans. And you can spend less time having to search for customers because you're actually attracting them doing the right things. So it's not, being profitable isn't about just cutting expenses. Being profitable isn't about just seeing how much can you possibly save to make the most dollar. It's about how can we provide more value in efficient, effective ways in order to increase the revenue that we generate, the value that we provide, and the clients that we attract.
Yeah, and I love that you mentioned that, you've been saving time by automating the processes and the systems and delegating, because that gives you that time to have those conversations with your clients to say, what else do they need? How else can we provide value? So then you can come back and provide an even better service.
Right. And so, as one of the things we do at Growth Amplifiers, when we're working with our clients, we have prospects come in and we say, hey, we have got a complimentary process where we'll do a value journey assessment. And what that is basically is we're looking at all the different touch points from how you're getting your message to your market. What is that message that you're putting out there, to how you're seamlessly and subtly guiding those customers to pay, stay, and refer. What are the different communication touch points that you're having to help them become raving fans and promoters of your brand? How are you cross promoting the other services that you could provide so they know that you can do it? See, a lot of times, I can't tell you how many different advisors that I've connected with that have had, a list of clients. And I asked, how much opportunity do you think there would be if everyone in your client list knew all the different services that you could provide? Do you think they know that now? And if they're being honest with themselves, a lot of the times they say maybe not. Maybe there is a lot of opportunity, because it's easy to just think, oh, well, people know what I do, so they'll just contact me if they need it. Why is that such a myth, and what's so dangerous about that thought?
But it's dangerous because the biggest cost of getting a new customer is that acquisition. And once you have that customer, if you're not communicating with them on an ongoing basis to let them know what are the things that you can do, that's, as you mentioned, a big missed opportunity. I remember back in my BNI days, for those of you that are familiar with networking, I would communicate each week on the Sales Manager Minute. And I would rotate through different things that we did at my company at the time. And I remember people coming up going, hey, I didn't know that you did that. So even though someone knows you very well, they may not know all the services you provide. And if you don't communicate that to them, that's on you. And there's nothing worse than finding out that someone else has gone out and purchased a service that you provide when they're already your client.
Right. You could probably multiply your business simply by doing a better job educating your current clients how you could provide service in other areas. And you may say, well, I've told them before. There's people need multiple touch points, and maybe they've heard before, but doesn't mean it's top of mind. So it's repetition. It's continually reminding them. So when they finally do need it, they know who to call, right? So let's get to our third point for this session, the big three. We're looking at cultivating transformation through one-to-many offerings. So I mentioned this earlier, one-to-many, and this is basically when you have being able to take the transformation you provide and guide a group through that process, right? So let's say you're helping people with tax planning, or you're helping them get their books in order, rather than having to individually only work one-to-one. By having your process defined, productized, you can guide a group through that process together, and then you're really leveraging your time way more efficiently. And the thing is, if you've really done a great job productizing and focusing on the transformation and the value you provide, it also provides a lot of benefits to the participants as well. Manny, what are some of the things that you've heard from others that have benefited going through a group process?
I think some of the things that I often hear from group members is, they enjoy seeing different perspectives, whether it's from a different industry or just from a different position in their business. Because as you learn from other industries, you can actually implement those things in your business. And then for a business, if you're early stages of your business and someone's in their mid stage or late stage, there's so many things that you can learn from where they've been and the experiences that they have. And a lot of times you may not know the right questions to ask. And if someone else asks them, you have that opportunity now to learn and grow from those answers that come from those questions.
So, right, it's a helpful process. You get other perspective, you get some kind of accountability coming with that, because if other people are doing what they said that you're going to do, you're going to do it too. There's a sense of community. You don't feel like you're out there on your own, and it's just really a great way to provide transformation. And if you integrated that as even one solution, maybe people that would be interested in some of the value that you can provide that can't afford necessarily to pay for the one-to-one time, maybe they can do it in a group format. So it's another way that you could provide value to those you serve and save more time, which is what we're really talking about. So there you have it. Number one, make sure that you're being able to achieve real freedom by creating it once and leveraging it many times, and really make that process thorough when you're going through it so that you can play your best hand. And to improve your business, focus on providing more value. It's not just looking for more customers. When you provide more value, it creates a win-win-win. And last but not least, focusing on cultivating transformation, not just by providing a service or doing one-to-ones, but by offering one-to-many offerings. It really can change what is possible for you and those you serve. So if you would look to continue amplifying your business, I encourage you to check out our website, growthamplifiers.com. On the website, we've got a profit growth strategy guide, and you can download this for free. It contains 8 proven strategies that you can implement in your business. They're easy, low cost, or no cost strategies that you can implement in your business today and start immediately seeing results, improving your bottom line. And following our suggestion, it's not about just cutting costs, to ways of providing more value so that you could be a better amplifier out there in the world. So go to growthamplifiers.com, download your free growth guide, and then don't just hear it, don't just read it. Pick one idea and put it into action. That's how you will receive the best benefits from growth amplifiers, is by putting ideas into action. So with that being said, thank you for tuning in to Growth Amplifiers. Like we said before, make sure that you visit our website and subscribe to our podcast. We're actively planning our 2022 podcast. If you're a business advisor and you think you have something to contribute to Growth Amplifiers, please reach out. We'd love to hear from you. Manny, as we traditionally end all our podcasts, what's something that you would share with others on their journey that's been helpful for you? It doesn't have to be related to our topic today, but just an amplified action from something you've learned on your journey.
One of the things that has been really helpful for me is that circle of influence. So you've got to have that group of advisors around you that can help level you up. So if you are looking for, someone that can be in that circle of advisors, reach out to us. You want to have that sphere of influence so that you can get those different perspectives and grow your business and take it to new levels.
I love that you made that point, Manny, because that's one thing that we're really trying to drive home in this year is, the way that we come about helping our fellow partner advisors. We realize that everyone has their unique expertise, right? Everyone has their unique expertise, and they put a lot of time and energy studying that in that area. And so, as you know from being an advisor yourself, you know more about your topic than other people typically know about theirs. The challenge is they don't know what they don't know, right? So that's what we want to bring to our fellow advisors from being marketing and sales advisors, is bringing a fresh perspective to how you're utilizing your marketing and your sales efforts so that you can provide an amplified experience, so that you could save more time in your day-to-day and have more freedom in your schedule, really receive the benefits of your business, so that you could provide more value and transformation to those you serve, and so that you can also earn more for your business, so you can invest in your team and be an ultimate amplifier overall. So that's what we're doing. That is our goal. Thank you for tuning in, and we're looking forward to catching you on the next episode. Again, any comments would be appreciated, any shares would be appreciated, and subscribe to our channels. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
To show your support, take a moment to amplify this message by sharing it online. To connect with me or gain more business growth insights, visit www.growthamplifiers.com. Thank you for your support.